Okay, just going to do a quick, short reading of a story that I was working on, um, still am working on. I'll have to see how it goes in the future, but for now, this is a quick reading of what I have so far. I just thought I'd read it in a little bit of a kind of low, gently spoken voice, and it's called Gestalt. Early morning. It was time to make the run for supplies. I couldn't remember how long I'd been doing this. The end of the world tends to make you lose track of the days, the hours. All that's left is the instinctual guessing of when. So, by that same approximation, I decide that it's morning and set off to go looking for food, clothes, any other items we might need back home. We're a small group, the only survivors as far as I know. I leave the house, locking the door behind me. They are my family now. They rely on me to do this. I'm the only one who knows the area, the only one whose certainty guarantees my survival, and thus theirs. Nobody knows exactly what happened. I remember the reports on the news, the way it just seemed to keep going. I say it because I know no other way to describe what took them all. People suddenly disappearing, vanishing in dozens, then hundreds, thousands, in plain sight. The phenomenon was relentless and complete. Those who were gone, their friends and family no longer remembered them, ever. All the way, though, there were theories ranging from alien abduction to bioweapons to some sort of divine intervention. There would have been more cults if not for the pandemic rate of disappearance. Whole town communities simply ceased to be, as did the towns themselves shortly after. Few actually even noticed this, because of the erasure of memory along with the victims. But for those of us who did, all we could do was sit in dread and wait. I don't know how or why we were able to remember when others could not. When the stations went dead, I knew we had lost. I follow the roads. They're one of the few things that remain between the piecemeal scraps of urbanization still existing. Almost everything is gone, but oftentimes I still see the old houses and side streets in my periphery. They itch in my subconscious like a phantom limb. Turn to acknowledge them, and they simply are not there. I don't know what it all means. Perhaps my mind simply wishes to create some illusion of normality so that I don't lose it completely. The others don't seem to be affected like I am. They seem to have accepted our fate. It makes me worry. They seem too content, and I think about them constantly. If they were to go, the journey today has been a long one. There's a lot of stuff we need. I've had to go out far. It gets dangerous the further you go. You start to feel less there, like falling into a daydream. I think that's one of the ways it gets you. So I talk to myself. I sing songs. I do impersonations and routines from old shows to keep alert. I imagine I would look quite mad, if not for the fact that the world seems to have already beaten me to it. I reach the retail park and begin my harvest. It seems both lucky and strange that I can always find what we need. I hope that luck holds out. I would pray, but I was never really a praying man to begin with. And besides, any God that would allow this to happen is undeserving of such validation. Tins of food, utensils, tools, electrical goods. It makes you think about how much we made as a civilization, how much we took these simple things for granted with an absolute certainty that this was the way things are and always would be. Contemplating reality seems almost futile now, and yet nothing could be further from the truth. As I toss various items into the trolley, it helps to puzzle out the impossible thing that has happened. I used to be a writer, not a bestseller by any means, but I like to think that I did good work, and it paid the bills. I just had a book published right there before everything went to hell. I Am, We Are. It was a study on existentialism, looking at the notions of Schrödinger, Sartre, weird stuff like Gestalt theory and solipsism. I'd attended a convention to gather research for it all. One attendee in particular, some crazy ideas from what I can recall. Still, it was fun. I'd always enjoyed philosophy at school. The irony of it all wasn't lost on me. All this talk of the nature of the mind and existence before it should all seem to fall apart on us. I think of the others, safe, together. It seems as if we are connected somehow. Perhaps there is something in the way that we are that allows us to survive when all else fades into limbo. That house, maybe. Does it have a stronger tie to things?